welcome to Radnor 411. My name is Jim Doling and I will be your host. In each episode of Radnor 411, you will get updates from every department to help keep you informed on all that is happening in your township. Up first is Bill White, the Director of the Finance Department.
Hello, I'm Bill White, the Finance Director, and welcome to the Finance Department's portion of the Radnor 411 for this month. A couple of the things the Finance Department's working on this month include the most important being the real estate tax bills. The due date is looming. It is May 31st. So if you haven't already, if you haven't already, please make sure that your 2011 real estate tax bill has been paid by the end of this month to avoid the 10% penalty that will be assessed beginning in June. So most people through escrows and those types of arrangements already have this taken care of. It's not something that you have to think about. But for those Radnor residents that do not use escrow, please make sure those payments are in to avoid that. If you have any questions on that, please give the tax collector, John Osborne, a call with those, or you can contact Amy Lacey in our department, in the Finance Department. She'll be happy to help you as well. A couple of the other projects that we're working on here in May include updating the township's purchasing manual, which I know sounds like really exciting stuff, but it is a necessary document because it shows, it lays out the guidelines and the policies that all the township departments use when they buy supplies, materials, and services to help provide the services to the stakeholders of the township. So it's a necessary document. It's one that hasn't been updated since 1990. So we're going through and making those updates now. I think the biggest adjustment internally will be the requirement for purchase orders. Departments have been required now for a few months to have purchase orders, but the purchasing manual itself will make that a policy. What that means to the stakeholders really is it's just a layer of accountability. It's another pre-approval process before any tax dollars are spent for anything, supplies, materials, or services, that departments have pre-approval to make those purchases. So it's a layer of accountability and another layer of approval. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, but at the end of the day, the benefits of the accountability and financial side outweigh the inefficiencies of having to get pre-approvals, which I'm sure most people who work in whatever industry they're in have some sort of approval process needed to buy items. So that's our version of it. In implementing that policy, we are making investments to our software that will allow for as much of that process to be automated as possible. Departments will be entering that information through their computers. Approvals will be given electronically through the computer, through the financial system, and whether or not there are resources available to make the purchase will also be done electronically and automatically through the software system. So we do have those capabilities that'll help out a little bit. But the important part of it is having the manual in place, making sure the departments understand and are following it, which isn't a problem. It's just that the manual needs to get updated. So the other major project that we're working on right now is in addition to looking at the internal organization and how departments interact with one another, and the best way to deliver service to the stakeholders is how we financially account and report on that information. Right now, or in the past, that reporting is difficult to get to because the financial software does not allow for a lot of flexibility and organization of information. So utilizing spreadsheets, we're taking that data and been able to reformat it and reorganize it, hopefully in a manner that we can provide not only internally departments here, but the stakeholders and the public at large financial information on how we're doing operationally. For example, some of the key aspects of that is being able to report back to the stakeholders how much it costs to provide certain programs. Right now there's not a report we could run that would say that. So we're trying to reorganize the data so that we can actually answer that question easily and consistently. So that's the other major project that we're working on right now. And hopefully we have that up and running in May. at least internally, to where departments are reviewing it and we're checking for accuracy and those types of things before we launch it out there and start reporting on it to the public. My hopes is that this summer that information's out on the website, at least in summary form, for those interested. They could go out and take a look at it at that point. But we'd like to make sure that internally everything's all checked off and looks good, and that the Board of Commissioners have looked at it and make sure that it addresses their questions as well. And along those same lines, once that's up and running, that will lend itself towards improving the budget process for 2012 and beyond. So that project's going on concurrent with the financial reporting, is putting the 12 budget together, as well as starting to put together a multiple-year forecast and building some of those assumptions and what those numbers might look like. So those are some of the major items going on here. Again, just a quick reminder to make sure your real estate bills are paid by the end of May. And if you have any questions, as always, please give us a call. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.
Hi, I'm Bill Martin, the Assistant Township Manager. In today's segment, I want to talk briefly about the business privilege tax. In Radnor Township, we're blessed with having a diverse community and a diverse business base. Unlike some of our neighbors, such as Easttown, that doesn't have a large community commercial business base, the residential property owner has to bear most of the revenue burden. As I mentioned, in Radnor, we have a large commercial base, which allows us to supplement our revenues for the real estate taxes, which is what's called the Act 511 business taxes. In Radnor Township, we have about 1,300 businesses that are registered and pay the business privilege tax. This tax is due each year by May 15th. Is a gross receipts tax, meaning that you can't. It's not a net profit tax. So your gross receipts of a business are reported on your business tax return, which you file in my office each year by May 15th. And along with that, we do require an annual business license, and that's due January 15th of each year. Once you're registered, we send these forms out to you directly and make sure that you're filing them correctly and review them as they come in. Generally, the forms are mailed for the business privilege tax in January, with a May 15th reporting deadline, and the business license go out in late November for January 15th filing. The tax is 3 mills, so the first $25,000 of gross receipts is exempt from tax. Once you cross over that threshold, the 3 mil tax kicks in, and 3 mils equates to $3 per thousand of gross receipts. It's important to have these taxes filed. We have an important enforcement program where to ensure that those who do file are paying what they're supposed to, and we apply uniformly across the collection spectrum. Finally, as I say, we're lucky to have a diverse base that we have in Radnor Township. We range from a small pizza shop to a single sole proprietor to a dentist to large corporations and pharmaceuticals to large investment firms. Radnor's a great place to work, and if there's any questions about how the taxes are collected or enforced, you can always call my office at 610-688-5600, extension 152, or you can go right to our website at radnor.com, where we have the rules and regulations which go into great detail about how this tax is collected, as well as where it falls on our tax collection spectrum on the Act 511. We have all the forms there available as well. And the final thing I want to point out about this tax is that we do have 2 large taxes. One's called mercantile tax and one's called business privilege tax. The mercantile tax I'll talk about in a later episode. With respect to the business privilege, if you are in wholesale retail, you are mercantile tax. If you're not, you're considered business privilege tax. This is what I covered here today. And again, thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I hope to hear from you. Thanks.
My name is Leah McVeigh, and I'm here in the Parks and Recreation Department Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to help you with all of your park and recreation needs. Please stop by and visit me. Get your child or yourself signed up for one of our outstanding summer recreation programs. We will also be offering our 2011 Summer Concert Series beginning in June. Every Wednesday night we'll be having a concert at a different park throughout the township. So look for that in our June 411 update. The Summer Recreation Program is available online at radnor.com. It's also available at the Radnor Library and here at the Radnor Township Building. Please stop by and pick up your copy so that you can look through and see all of the good activities and programs that are exciting this summer. We will be offering many activities, including Radnor Day Camp, Radnor Tot Lot. There's swimming at the Radnor High School pool for those children who are looking for swim lessons. We have an array of multi-sport programs, some tennis, there's nature camps, theater, chess, science, The list goes on, so please stop by the Parks and Recreation Department. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for your needs. My name's Leah McVeigh, and I'd be happy to help you there. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Colarulo. I am the new Police Superintendent at Radnor Township. It is my honor and my privilege to be able to serve you. I'm looking forward to this challenge. I believe that the most important factor of police work is to form a partnership between the police department and the community they serve. Quality of life issues is going to be my #1 concern. To achieve that goal, I'm going to need your help as well as the help of the men and women of the Radnor Township Police Department. My door is always going to be open, not only to the members of the police department, but any member of the community that would like to reach out and talk to me regarding the challenges and concerns you may have. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, but I am moving to Radnor Township effective May 1st, so I will also be your neighbor. I cannot stress to you how much I am looking forward to this. The people that I've met to this point have been wonderful, and I'm looking forward to meeting as many people as I can. And again, my door is always open. In the meantime, please feel free to call me or email me with any questions or concerns. I also plan to have a series of town hall meetings where I can meet with you one-on-one or in a group setting. And any ideas you have, I believe that we're going to do this thing in a team setting. We're going to work together, and together we will be proactive and make sure that we do what's best for the interests of all the residents of Radnor Township. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. Please stay tuned to our TV for all that your township has to offer, from public meetings to announcements on the scroll, and of course, the next episode of Radnor 411. Thank you for watching, and remember, our TV is your information station.